This is Joshua Peterson with Peterson Electric. We're here today in Windsor, Colorado. We had a customer that asked us to wire up his RV outlet, a plug for it, and it's a 36-foot fifth wheel trailer. It is a 50 amp service on it. It does have 2 air conditionings. It's a fairly big unit. So he asked us to wire it up, and we basically piped from this panel by the back of my head where my finger's at all the way around. Is 50 foot that we, or excuse me, about 80 foot of conduit, and we came all the way down here and then fed it through an LB here and went through the garage wall, and you can see the outlet right here, and in that outlet is a 50 amp 4-prong outlet. And then we put a 110 below that and put in our in-use covers as well. But this cord is a 50 amp 4-prong 4-wire, and the other end of it looks a lot like what we'd hook up on a turtle on a job site. And what they wanted us to do was this 3-prong cord. It has actually 4 prongs right here, as you can see, and then it adapts down to 3. And this is a 110 plug, but if you take off this other end, it shows it as a 3-prong plug. And if you could see this during the sunlight, you can see a little bit there. There's been some heat displacement, and what they did is this plug is actually a 277 volt rated for a commercial application, but this side right here, they actually pretty much what we'd call parallel spliced that hot connector, and this is its neutral on the other side, and then the ground at the top. And so down here on the 4-prong, what you end up having is both sides, right and left, end up being the same phase. But I think the reason why this is starting to distort is this too small of a gauge, and you're going to need 240 to charge this kind of a trailer. So we wired it up as such that the manufacturer's instructions said don't use a jumper or a cheater cord. And this is what I would call cheater cord. When you have 3 go to a 4, you are cheating the phases on that. I wouldn't do that, wouldn't advise it. I definitely think that may cause some issues for you. But make sure your polarity is lined up straight when you do this. We basically ran a 3/4 inch conduit, ran our number 6 gauges for our RV, took in our number 10 for our ground, and then ran our number 12s for our 20 amp dedicated outlet. So it comes out really clean by the time it's all said and done. What you end up seeing is an application like this on the outside of the house. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next week.